Hi, everybody. It's Steve Baker with the Great Game of Business. And today I am talking with Rob Levin from Work Better Now. Man, I'm excited about this because I got to tell you, everybody that knows me in the Great Game community knows I'm on the road all the time. And I am berated constantly, Rob, about the fact that I don't have an assistant. And they're telling me it's a new world, Steve. It's not like you have a secretary sitting there, in the 1950s here, dude. Could you tell us about Work Better Now? And it's not just virtual assistants in the traditional fashion that I'm thinking of. You're remote talent. Could you define that for us and tell us what it means?
Sure. So remote talent, our talent is all based in Latin America, and they work from their homes. So we provide talent from Latin America, incredible talent, great aptitude, attitude, experience, English fluency. And we provide this talent for US and Canadian-based small and mid-sized businesses. And in fact, once our clients hire from us, our talent really becomes just another member of their team. They just happen to be working remotely.
Do you see that your typical client is C-suite level, or is it people at all up and down the chain?
So it usually starts where our clients usually start with us is the owner realizes that they need an assistant because, as Jack Daly, international speaker, has said, if you don't have an assistant, you are one, right? So most of our clients start where the CEO hires an assistant. They finally realize this is going to change my life because I need to be focused on the pace of change in business, which keeps increasing, and I can't be doing administrative work anymore. What often happens then is our clients, so the owner then has this assistant, realize the assistant has a lot of capabilities, and they go, you know what, I'm going to put this person in customer service or in marketing, and then I'm going to hire another one. And now we have clients with 5, 6, 7, 8 assistants from Work Better Now, and it has changed. It changes the face of their business. They're able to accomplish so much more.
Can you talk about some of the functions that your talent bring to small and mid-sized businesses beyond just answering emails or organizing a calendar or something like that?
Yeah. And by the way, don't underestimate the power of having somebody else deal with your calendar and email. It's huge.
Oh, we're coming back to that, my friend.
It changed my life. Going back to your question, we're currently providing about 40 different roles.
Okay.
And the more common ones are marketing coordinators, project managers, customer service representatives. But then we also have some clients that are using our assistants in inside sales. They're using them in estimating, let's say for a construction firm. Mm-hmm. We have a few logistics companies that are using them for, I guess it's trafficking, supporting the HR function when they have, let's say a company with a couple hundred employees. So there's a very wide range of roles where our talent has considerable experience. It can make a pretty significant impact.
Can you walk me through, for the benefit of everybody who's watching and listening, kind of what is the process? I say, yeah, I really love this idea. Tell me how it feels, because that's what I really need to know is what is this going to feel like? You've already given us a little bit of exposure about what it may cost, but what's it like? Because this is a lot about, my stuff. And it's, look, Great Game of Business. Step one is getting over the hump, right? Where everybody's like, I don't want anyone knowing anything about what's going on back here.
Right.
And then once they get okay with that, you must run into the same thing. Tell us about that process.
Right. We've already looked for the hard skills that you're looking for. We've tried to match on the cultural side. Those interviews tend to be more about, is there a fit, right? Is there a cultural fit? Does this person fit within our company's values and things like that? So it starts with a 15-minute consult where, sometimes it goes a little longer, where we're going to we want to first determine if we can help you. So what are you trying to solve? Is it a specific problem you're trying to solve, or is it a specific role that you're looking for? What do you need in that role? We're going to obviously answer some questions that people typically have. And then with that information, assuming that there is a fit, once in a while there's not a fit, but usually there is. Assuming there's a fit, we take that information, we give it to our recruiting department, and they have a pool of applicants. We get thousands of applications a month. We approve under 2% of the applications that meet our people that meet our criteria and approve them to interview with our clients. We hand select 3 of people from the pool that have the background, the attitude, the aptitude, the experience that our clients are looking for. And then the client interviews those 3 candidates. And then more often than not, they find one, sometimes 2 that they want to hire. And then within a couple of days, they get started. And it's much quicker than the recruiting process that the typical recruiting process that takes anywhere from 40 to 60 days these days.
Now, I'm just trying to put myself in that position and say, okay, I've got perhaps financial data, I've got IP, I've got, tell us about security and how do you set people's minds at ease as they begin this process of taking on virtual talent?
Yeah, there's 2 parts to that. The first is if most of our clients already have had experience with people working remotely, right? So they have data that's in the cloud, or some people still may have servers that you can access remotely, right? So most companies already have processes and procedures to protect data. That's number one. Number two, based on my experience, and most of our clients do something similar, is what we want to do is we want to get comfortable first, right? So when I hired my first assistant, I didn't give them access to everything right away. I gave them access to a bunch of things. And as I got comfortable, because usually that's the big thing, right? Once I got more comfortable, I gave them access to more and more data, because at the end of the day, there really isn't that much of a difference between having somebody remote in the United States and having somebody remote in the other Americas, in South and Central America.
Exactly. No, I love it. I'm super excited about this. Could you please, Rob, tell us how someone could reach out to you, learn more about the organization, about the talent that you've got, and about the process of getting started?
Sure.
How would you?
Just go to workbetternow.com. By the way, we have a brand new site up that was built by our marketing department, and our marketing department the people in our marketing department came from the same pool that our clients have access to. So just think about that for a second. And then when you see the site, you'll get a sense of what the capabilities are. Anyway, you'll learn more about our process, our people, who our clients are, the different roles that we provide. And then, of course, anybody in your audience, anybody in the Great Game audience who's interested in pursuing, when they sign up for a consult, again, a 15-minute consult, all they have to do is mention Great Game, and we'll give them $150 off for each of the first 3 months.
Okay, fantastic. So folks, Work Better Now, Rob Levin and his partner AC have really built something special here. You ought to go check it out. I'm Steve Baker, and we'll see you next time.